Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, April 13th. April, it's May. May 13th, you moron! May 13th, 2020. It is Wednesday. How's everybody doing out there? I'm going to kick us off with some original music. Not really. This is the original theme song to the hit show Happy Days. So here we go. Here we go. Well, I hope that worked. As I was mid dancing there, I was thinking, I'm not playing it from my phone, if you noticed. I'm playing it through the headset. I think that worked. If not, I'm going to try a different way at the end. The song is Happy Days. That's why Mr. V is so excited. It's Wednesday, and it's our first official day of Phase 3, Unit 1. So before we get any further, I'm going to take you on over to the agenda, and let's get started. All right, so as you can see, it is May 13th, Wednesday, not April, Mr. V. A month behind. All this time at home has got you forgetting sometimes what month it is. So to begin today's lesson, we have the question of the week update. We're going to kick it off with some news regarding CommonLit.org and Mrs. Reynolds' 2 Truths, 1 Lie competition. There was some money on the line there, students. I hope you all get involved in this competition. I think you guys will like it. I'll explain more in a bit. During the work period, we'll get to day 3. We're going to read and annotate The Moustache by Robert Cormier with the focus on how Mike's changing view of his grandmother is revealed. Then we're going to complete the pre-writing graphic organizer with the focus of how the text helps us answer our question, why is it difficult to understand other people? Tomorrow we'll get to day 4, which is the Moustache closer reading and the assessment questions. So let's take it back on over to ground zero. All right, get my cord here. Plug this back in. I got all these wires now because I got a wired headset. I got my wired mouse that I shared with you all yesterday. So again, upgrading as we go. Got to get a new headset soon. I'm noticing that the wire is all tangled here and it's kind of torn. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. Not that you really want to see all the grays in my beard anyway, but you want to know about the question of the week update. Question of the week update is looking good. All right. I'm happy to see we have more engagements this week than we have in the past. I'm hoping that has to do with a number of you guys getting access to Chromebooks. I know that the school handed out a ton of them. I got a list this morning with all of the students that did grab their materials, whether it was a packet or a Chromebook or, knowing that you already have online access. It is good to see. We have 19 total engagements so far, which isn't quite where we should be. All right. Again, there's 53 of you guys out there, but again, it's an all-time high, and I'm glad to see that. One class is leading 10 engagements. The other class is trailing by 1. They only have 9. So I will let you know that 7 Harvard is currently leading 10-9, but we still have until Sunday night to get our entries in for this week's Question of the Week Championship. Next, we're going to get to a quick discussion in regards to news. All right, commonlit.org. As you know, all of the passages that you guys are reading are posted on commonlit.org. So if you sign into CommonLit using your school Gmail account, you'll have access to your assignments in terms of the questions. However, I do want to make sure that you guys are aware that you can only answer the questions on CommonLit. You're not going to have access to the essay assignment or the pre-writing graphic organizer, right? In order to get those materials, and like I've been saying, you should be visiting the Google Classroom daily, okay? Daily as in every single day, checking the post, seeing what's there, making sure that you're on track with, where you should be. So again, you're going to have multiple options to respond to the assessment questions for each passage. Those are the multiple choice discussion questions. Multiple choice and discussion questions. I think they're labeled as text dependent questions and discussion questions in your packet. Those you can answer either by answering them on CommonLit through the website itself, or you can answer them by completing the Google form, right? So you have multiple options as far as how you decide to answer those questions. And obviously, if you're working with a paper packet out there, then you should be answering these questions right in the packet. And then again, in terms of the essay, I've had a few people ask me, where's the May 21st essay assignment? Well, when May 21st comes rolling around, that's when that assignment will be posted. That's why we need to make sure that we're signing in every single day, checking our Google Classroom. Again, all of my posts are scheduled to be posted at 7 a.m. each morning, which is an hour before our normal school time. But again, I know some of you guys really want to get this work and, get it done. However, we're not going to rush through this. We're going to do this the right way. We're going to take our time and we're going to produce quality work. Okay. Because I know you folks out there are all capable of that. Now to more fun things. All right. I'm going to, by the way, one last thing about CommonLit. I am going to take you through some of the tools today on CommonLit. We'll be reading the text using the CommonLit interface. So I'll be showing you guys some of the annotation tools like I was showing a student earlier during one of my live unrecorded chats. So getting into the competition, 2 truths, 1 lie. Mrs. Reynolds put this great competition together. If you're not familiar with 2 truths, 1 lie, what happens is a teacher posts 3 facts about them, and you need to pick which one is a lie. And we're going to be doing it weekly. So this week just so happens to be from Mrs. Reynolds. So if you guys visit the post regarding the 2 truths, 1 lie competition, you will see that the winner of the competition at the end of the school year will receive a $25 Dunkin' Donuts gift card. And in order to win, you need to spot as many lies as possible in your teacher's weekly fact list. All right. So like I said, this week's for Miss Reynolds. You can complete that Google form. It's posted on my classroom multiple times if you're in 7 Yale, because I know she posted it in there as well. But if you're in 7 Harvard, you can find it under Virtual Learning Week 8. All right, so let's get now into day 3 of phase 3, unit 1. So I'm going to take you guys on over and present my screen to you. Bye. Grab a drink of water while that does that. All right. As you can see, I'm proudly wearing my Darn football sweater. Miss seeing all of you folks out there on the football field, and as well as the girl softball team and the cheerleaders as well. This would be some great weather, especially thinking today to have some practice after school. But unfortunately, we cannot do that right now. All right, so I'm going to take you to Google Classroom. Again, this is showing 7 Harvard's page. Whether you're 7 Harvard or 7 Yale, you will see today's assignment posted right at the top of the stream. However, if you go to classwork, like I've been instructing you, you'll see that everything's broken down into weekly topics. So Virtual Learning Week number 8. You'll see these gray posts here because those are the scheduled ones to go off Thursday and Friday, as you will see. But going to go to day 3. We're going to click on this post. We will view the assignment. Now, one thing, guys, you want to make sure that you do is that you click turn in. All right. I can see that nobody's accessed or turned this assignment in yet today. And maybe that's because you haven't seen the video, which is totally fine. Again, it's only 12:30 in the afternoon, so you still have all day. So I'm going to take you now to the instructions for today's assignment. And in my instructions, what I'm trying to do now is also add the agenda that I go over with you folks before we start our video. Okay, it's the agenda that I post on my whiteboard that you see over my left shoulder, which I think from you guys, you'll be seeing my right shoulder. I think everything gets mirrored. Anywho, let's take a look at today's post. Just kind of get our feet wet with our topic. Now, again, as we know in Phase 3, Unit 1, we'll be looking to answer the question why it is so difficult to understand other people. Okay, so we'll be reading a few texts that, help us to get some evidence that might explain why it is so difficult to understand other people. So today's post reads, "Good morning, students. Have you ever had a case of someone just not understanding your point of view or position on a particular topic? Have you ever experienced an interaction with someone who just simply didn't get you? In this unit, we will explore the topic of understanding other people. What does it mean to truly understand another person? More importantly, why is it so difficult to understand other people?" Today's lesson focuses on The Moustache by Robert Cormier. The story is about a young man who experiences a strange case of mistaken identity when he visits his grandmother in a nursing home. Follow along as we complete a first reading of the story and discuss the PreWriting graphic organizer that we will use to explore the unit number 1 essential question. Why is it difficult to understand other people? So what I'll be sharing with you guys in terms of the PreWriting graphic organizer is a teacher edition, and that can be found in the Google Drive folder that I shared with you all yesterday. Again, that folder is going to be a great resource. It's also posted on the Grade 7 ELA website, but the PreWriting graphic organizer is an assignment connected with today's work. So make sure that you fill out that graphic organizer. Once you click on the assignment, let me show you that. It's actually down here. If you click on this, all right, it's going to open up the version that you can work in. I'm not going to bother clicking on it now because I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But this here, all right, is the PreWriting graphic organizer that you're going to complete today. All right, other than the organizer, all you're supposed to do is read and annotate the text with the focus on how Mike's changing view of his grandmother is revealed. And I'm going to reveal my annotations with you. And I'm also going to, like I said, show you my PreWriting graphic organizer and the evidence and ideas that I have about this particular text. Lastly, this reads, as always, if you have any questions about the assignments, please continue to send me your questions via email, by commenting on a post, or by messaging me on Blooms. Also, just a reminder that you can also feel free to join one of my live unfilmed Google Meet sessions daily, Monday through Friday, beginning at 11 a.m. Again, guys, I'm on live every day at 11 a.m. You can access the live. Let me just show you that really quick. If you go to the Grade 7 ELA website, and again, this was also sent out in your emails. I shared this calendar with you, so if you go to your Google Calendar, it should be there as well because I added all you folks. But if you go to the Grade 7 ELA website, which is included with our daily posts, whoops, excuse me, you'll see here the calendar at the bottom of the homepage. You just click on that, and then it would say join Hangout Meet, and you join in, and you'd be right here ready to go. I know a couple of students have been pretty consistent about this. So again, it's something that you all should be taking advantage of. And I'm going to take you back to our regularly scheduled programming. Again, during these unrecorded sessions as well, I am available for questions. You can access the Google Meets for our class by visiting the Grade 7 ELA class calendar that was shared with you a few weeks ago. This calendar is also available at the homepage of the Grade 7 ELA website. Have a great day, Mr. V. All right, let's get down to the nitty-gritty. I know all you folks out there probably fast-forwarded through everything just to get to this point. So I'm going to take you on now to CommonLit. Now, again, this is, if you have a Chromebook or you're using a computer, this is a great way to read and analyze and engage with the text because there's a lot of cool features that we can take advantage of. So what you guys would do is you would click on this link here, all right, that would ask you to log in. Okay, you would log in just by clicking. Again, if you're accessing this, you're logged in through Google. So then you would just click on, I'm going to zoom way in because it's not going to show it on my end. Zoom way in. This probably looks terrible, but when it says log in, you can just click that little Google symbol there, and that will log you in through your school email account so long as you're accessing all of this through your school email account. And then that would take you to the assignments. which would show you all of the text, and then you would want to all the text that have been assigned, at least for this unit. So you'd see the mustache, we wear the mask, and soul painting ink, and then you would just click on the mustache, and that would bring you here. All right. So just to kind of show you guys, just going to kind of use it quick, preview the text so that you can see my annotations here. I'm going to show you guys how to add some annotations. You'll see that I didn't annotate anything really in the beginning with the intent of showing you guys kind of how to do that. We also have, again, several annotations throughout, some things that I've highlighted. And then you also have, again, all of the, if you just simply click on the number. So let's say, oh, I don't know what they're talking about here with this 16. Let's click on that. And it shows up, oh, serene. That means calm and peaceful. Okay, so all of those footnotes are also included down here at the bottom. It includes, the definition or explanation of something. Now let's get to some of the annotation tools you can use, all right? And then we'll get to reading the text and all that. So with the annotation tools on this site, they're, again, really, really neat. You can add, excuse me, I shouldn't say add, but you can make the font huge. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to click here to get a read aloud. So what this would do, all right, is give you access to a read aloud. So if you click play, it's going to start reading from here. The Moustache by Robert Cormier, yada, yada, yada. But let's say you're reading this in pieces. All right. So say you read, up to this highlighted text, on Tuesday, and now complete the read aloud from where you left off. You could just click on these little speaker things on the side of each paragraph, and it would start you off from there. So if you left off, if you finish this yellow paragraph and you want to pick up here, you'd click on that, and then it would start reading. I'll actually show you. I think it might play. I'm not sure. Hopefully you like the sound of the lady's voice. I don't think that you can change it. I'm going to read it aloud anyway. So again, just want to show you that tool. The other tool that's new is the annotations again, and I'm going to show you this just really quick. So let me start by reading we'll take a look at the first paragraph, and then I'll show you how to annotate, okay? So again, the story is The Moustache by Robert Cormier. This was written in 1975. Robert Cormier, 1925 to 2000, was an American author, columnist, and reporter known for his deeply human stories. In this short story, a boy visits his grandmother at her nursing home. Skills focus. In this lesson, you'll practice analyzing how an author develops a character's point of view. This means determining what a character thinks and believes about a person or situation. It also includes examining how the author develops the character's beliefs through actions, dialogue, or thoughts. As you read, take note of how Mike's changing view of his grandmother is revealed. All right, so you know what? I want to annotate something right in the blurb. It wants us to annotate or take note of how Mike's changing view of his grandmother is revealed. So I'm going to highlight that. So to highlight that, the first thing you want to do is you click here. It should say annotation tool, or it looks like a little highlighter here. It might say new on your screen too, but I think it might be different. I'm not exactly sure because I don't have the student access. But once you highlight text, okay, then you want to click on it. Oops, it didn't work. Oh, you're like, oh, Mr. V's a liar. All right, let me turn that on. Can I not annotate here? Maybe it's not an annotatable area. And is that why? Well, I think that might be the case. We're going to read. Yeah, that's exactly. You see how the cursor here goes from your normal typing cursor here? When I highlight this text, but I go over this text, it becomes the finger. This finger here means that I can annotate only within the text. All right, so, well, unfortunately, we cannot annotate within the blurb, but that's fine. That's something that, again, we just want to make sure that we're aware of. I'm glad that I now know that, because now I don't, I won't look like an idiot next time. All right, let's get to paragraph 1. At the last minute, Annie couldn't go. She was invaded by one of those 24-hour flu bugs that sent her to bed with a fever, moaning about the fact that she'd also have to break her date with handsome Harry Arnold that night. We call him Handsome Harry because, which I am, but like a regular person. All right, so I'm going to highlight things when we annotate, we take notes, and you'll see that that's, kind of the method that Mr. V prefers. But if I want to highlight it and then also same text, click add annotation, and now I can type something. So what this tells me is that that's what I know from that little section, that the narrator here is Annie's kid brother. All right, they're the person that is telling the story. All right, as we know what the narrator is. All right, let's continue on. Anyway, I had to go to lawn rest alone that afternoon, so it seems like they have to go somewhere, and the sister cannot go. But first of all, I had to stand inspection. My mother lined me up against the wall. She stood there like a one-man firing squad, which is kind of funny because she's not like a man at all. She's very feminine, and we have this great relationship. I mean, I feel as if she really likes me. I realize that sounds strange, but I know guys whose mothers love them and cook special stuff for them and worry about them and all, but there's something missing in their relationship. Anyway, she frowned and started the routine. That hair, she said, then admitted. Well, at least you combed it. I sighed. I have discovered that it's better to sigh than argue. And that mustache, she shook her head. I still say a 17-year-old has no business wearing a mustache. It's an experiment, I said. I just wanted to see if I could grow one. To tell the truth, I had proved my point about being able to grow a decent mustache, but I also had learned to like it. It's costing you money, Mike, she said. I know. I know. All right. So what I'm going to do is I want to take note of the mustache. Since this story is called The Mustache, it would only make sense that we take note of it, right? So what I can tell is that Mike's mom. Oh, did I just spoil? Oh, no. It tells us that his name is Mike. So Mike is the narrator, and his mom does not like his mustache. Right? She thinks it's ugly. She thinks it's kind of unbecoming of him. All right. I know my mom felt the same way when I first started growing a beard. But hey, everybody to each their own. Let's continue where we left off. So I hope these annotations, again, that my modeling of the annotations makes sense to you all. Again, so it's as simple as just highlighting the text, and then you pick T, which would allow you to type, or you can just simply highlight, whichever works for you. Or you can highlight and type. And I'm just going to add here, Mike's mom doesn't like that the mustache costs him money. Whatever that means. All right. Again, we're reading this with the focus of his relationship with his grandmother. So all of this early on isn't necessary. It's just really kind of, again, we're in the exposition. The author's just introducing characters and kind of showing us, some relationships. Let's continue on. The money was a reference to the movies. The downtown cinema has a special Friday night offer. Half-price admission for high school couples 17 or younger. But the woman in the box office took one look at my mustache and charged me full price. Even when I showed her my driver's license, she charged full admission for Cindy's ticket too, which left me practically broke and unable to take Cindy out for a hamburger with the crowd afterward. That didn't help matters because Cindy has been getting impatient recently about things like the fact that I don't own my own car and have to concentrate on my studies if I want to win that college scholarship, for instance. Cindy wasn't exactly crazy about the mustache either. Now it was my mother's turn to sigh. Look, I said to cheer her up, I'm thinking about shaving it off. Even though I wasn't, another discovery, you can build a way of life on postponement. Not sure what that means. I want to click on that. Okay, so you can build a better life by putting things off to a later time. That's what they mean. Okay. Your grandmother probably won't even recognize you, she said, and I saw the shadow fall across her face. Now you'll notice that I took note of this section here. All right, I'm going to actually highlight this because there we go, because I think this is important. This gets to the relationship between Mike and his grandmother.